Sweet. So we have one of the top 8s from the South Island Championship in Christchurch. What's your name again, sorry?
James Rondell.
And where have you come from?
From Blenheim.
You've come from Blenheim. Did you drive today?
We came, a group of Blenheim guys came up yesterday.
Yeah, nice.
During the day, 3 of us, 1 car, 2 others later on, so decent pile of us came up for the event, yeah.
So how did your matchup go? How did you go today?
So all up in Swiss, I did 4 wins, 2 losses.
Cool.
The 2 losses were against pure cash terror, so it's sort of explainable.
Yeah. So tell us, what are you playing today, and why are you playing what you're playing?
So my main sort of archetype for it is Scareclaw, and I've added in a bunch of the cash terror engine as well, just to support the Scareclaws.
Cool. So run us through, show us what you're playing, and then show us one of the combos or things that you are really enjoying about the deck.
Yeah,
there's a lot of mechanics with this deck. I'm aware of that.
Yeah,
so it'd be interesting to see what you're really enjoying about it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It catches a lot of people off guard because they're unaware of the deck or played it a little bit, but not too much. So
sweet as. Let's go.
So to start off with 3 Scareclaw Astra. This one here enables a Link Scareclaw to be able to attack multiple times up to a different number of Scareclaw names you have in defense position on your field, which is pretty nice. 3 copies of Scareclaw alone has the same effect, except the attack, it does piercing for the Link monster. 3 copies of Scareclaw Acro, same sort of effect, except your Link monster will gain 300 attack for every defense position monster you control. And then we have sort of one of the better pieces is the Scareclaw Rykar. He is a level 4 opposed to the others being level 3. When he is normal special summoned, you get to search a Scareclaw spell or trap. And if there are 3 defense position monsters on the field, you get a draw after the search, which is quite nice.
And so the Scareclaw monsters, correct me if I'm wrong, did they start coming out in Dimension Force, like Difo?
Yeah, Difo they first started getting released.
Yeah.
And all 4 of these have the added effect of they can special themselves next to each other, adjacent to a Scareclaw monster.
I thought that was the case that basically you get 1 summon out, 3 special summons for anything else in your hand, right?
Yeah. You've got them in hand, you just turbo the rest out. Normal summon 1, special summon the rest, which is really good. And then in the last set, or the set prior, I'm not too sure, I've got the OTS printings, they released the Scareclaw Cash Terror, which is where I decided to aim more towards the Cash Terror build. Instead of the synergy, especially with this 1 card, is quite good, yeah. Yeah,
there is a couple of cards like that. I haven't seen anybody use them yet, so this will be good. Show us.
So this one here, you can, I think it's the Telement Cash Terror, which they use for the Telement cards. The Scareclaw Cash Terror. During quick effect, during the main phase, you can summon it and then banish any Scareclaw or Cash Terror card to special summon it out, which is quite a big monster. It's 2600 defense, which can also...
Yeah, it's a real beefy one.
Yeah.
Are you finding it quite easy to get out?
Yeah, 100%, especially when I'm running a playset of all the Scareclaw cards.
Nice, yeah.
He's easy to get out, and with the Tryhard, which you'll see in the extra deck, it puts him in defense position, and he can attack while in defense position.
Oh, that's right. Cool.
And he also has the added bonus of if a Scareclaw or Castro monster would do battle with him, their effects are negated till the end of the turn. So it's real good for things like Access Code, Appaloosa.
Also, that sets you up really nicely for main phase 2, right? That just secures you in for a nice little pocket of uninterrupted, peace, shall we say.
Yeah,
so that's a really nice play.
And level 7 Psychic, so he fits with the synergy of all the other Castro cards, sort of meets up with them.
Nice.
But the rest of the deck is, we can now head towards for the monsters at least, the more cash tier engine. I've got 3 Fenrir.
Can't go wrong. Best card at the moment.
Definitely body on board, and I've also got the Unicorn, which can be searched with Fenrir. And I use that one there to search the Cash Terror Birth when it's summoned, just to help recur some of either Fenrir, Scareclaw Cash Terror. The normal summon of level 7 is quite helpful as well. And a little bit of hate on the opponent if it's they activate the spell card and I can control either of these 3. I can get the banished 3 cards from the graveyard, which can be really helpful.
Nice. And are you running anything else for Cash Terror line?
Yes. So now, but back to the Scareclaw line, I've got the field spell, which is you activate that, you search a Scareclaw monster, so any of the 4 up here or Scareclaw Cash Terror. Search those, and my opponent will lose 100 attack and defense, or their monsters, 100 attack and defense for every defense position monster on the field. which will be made quite clear with Scareclaw Tryhard. He puts everything into defense position, which that helps. And if there are 3 defense position monsters or more on the field, I can pop a card as well using
good.
the field spell, which is quite...
And you're just running 2 of them.
2 of that one.
Yeah.
Because with that one, it's also searchable with my Link 1 and the extra deck as well.
Sweet.
More Scareclaw support I've got is the Scareclaw Arrival, which is a monster reborn for any Scareclaw monster or summon them in defense position. And while in grave, it is also a protection for a Scareclaw Link monster, which is the main monster these guys will be making. So I run 2 of those just for the monster reborns, really helpful. I run 2 Scareclaw Straddle, which is a quick play spell, and it has 2 effects. So I can either target 1 Scareclaw monster I control and 1 card my opponent controls, or 1 monster my opponent controls, and it will gain either their attack, it'll gain attack and defense equal to the opponent's monster attack or defense, whatever is higher. And that is a permanent attack boost, which is makes the 3000 Tryhard quite powerful if I use it on there, or it just helps if I've been negated or I'm stuck with a smaller Scareclaw on board. It just helps gain the attack to stop me lose that monster. The second effect of that one is when a card or effect is activated, it targets a Scareclaw monster or Beast of Starfrost I control, I can negate that effect. So I can use that card once per turn.
Cool.
And the third Scareclaw card or spell that I run is the Scareclaw Defanging. So that one is a continuous spell, which means my opponent cannot target my Scareclaw Link monsters or Beast of Starfrost with card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by my opponent's card effects, which is a really good protection for my Tryhard, which is my boss monster for the deck. Also has another effect where any monsters that are destroyed by a Scareclaw are banished instead of going to the graveyard. And it has a third effect of I can banish a Link Scareclaw from my graveyard and destroy 1 card.
So it's a continuous spell that you...
Yeah, so it's a continuous spell that is searchable with my right card. Same with the Arrival and the Straddle. And so right card is quite a key piece to the deck.
All right, show us...
Our Into the Cash Terror side of the spells. I've got the field spell, the Pressured Planet Wraithsun, which will search me my Scareclaw, Cash Terror, Fenrir, or Unicorn, depending on what where I'm in game-wise. Generally, I'll go for the Fenrir, then search the Scareclaw, Cash Terror. That's 2 cards off the field spell, which is quite nice. I then also run 2 Cash Terror Birth for the Unicorn. It's a search for Unicorn to special summon back the level 7s I may have used to Link, then banished, or normal summon if I've got no other options.
Yeah. And the remaining cards in your deck, are they just
it's
extra hand traps?
I run 3 Ash, just helpful, and it's level 3 Tuner for any of the Scareclaws to go into Baron. Droll and Lock is quite prominent this format, really helpful, and then 3 Infinite Impermanence.
Perfect, cool. Why don't you just show us like one of the combos you did today that people really didn't expect, or one that you're just really enjoying?
Yeah, so the one I would generally go for is just a 1 card starter. Will, for instance, use the Scareclaw Aggro, and then I can link that off into my Scareclaw Lightheart. So Lightheart has the ability, when it is link summoned, it just requires 1 Scareclaw monster. It can search the Scareclaw field spell, which is the Primitive Planet Reichphobia, which you'd search. Activate the Reichphobia, which lets me search any Scareclaw monster. I would then generally go for the Scareclaw Reichheart. I can special summon the Scareclaw Reichheart in an adjacent zone to a Scareclaw monster, which would be the Lightheart. Reichheart, when he is normal or special summoned, I can search a Scareclaw spell or trap, which I'd go for the Scareclaw Arrival, which is the monster reborn. Activate the Arrival, special summon back the aggro in defense position, and that sets me up for my boss monster of a Link 3, which would be those 3 there, into Scareclaw Tryhard, who requires 3 effect monsters. Well, he is his effect is when it must be link summoned and all face-up monsters on the field are changed to defense position. He is also unaffected by the activated effects of defense position monsters. And then once per turn, if this card is in my extra monster zone, I can target 1 level 3 Scareclaw, for instance my Acro, special summon it back, and then I get to search my deck for a Scareclaw monster.
So essentially this really, really small, tight, it's a really tight combo. Will this set you up another full board, basically?
Yeah, definitely. After that, you are locked into Scareclaw monsters, but that's not a big deal, because for the search, depending on what I have in hand, quite often go for the Scareclaw Cash Terror, which was the big monster that's really helpful.
We talked about it. It pretty much is really strong on its own once you get it out, and it looks really simple to get out in this tiny little combo, which is, I'm sure, even if you didn't have Acro, would still be quite relatively easy to start getting into with the others.
100%, because you special summon the Scareclaw Cash Terror by banishing either your Lightheart or Reichheart in grave. Banish the Lightheart, for instance. I then now end with my Triheart, who turns everything in defense position, is unaffected by my opponent's defense position monsters Acro, who will give my Triheart now an extra 600 attack on board, and Scareclaw Cash Terror. So if anyone were to battle either of these three, their monsters' effects are negated till the end of that turn as well.
And so would you end a turn happily on that and be pretty confident just to wait out what your opponent might do?
100%.
It feels very safe, is what I'm asking.
It is quite safe. Generally, I would like, in an ideal hand, to possibly have either defanging on
some
board,
more of that assistance,
or the straddle is quite helpful as well. I've opened a Fenrir on board for the banish if there was an effect, but anything like that would be perfect. Triheart is my go-to. If I can end on just a Triheart, I'm normally pretty happy.
Awesome. No, cool. Thanks heaps. It's really, really cool to see this deck pushed further, because I haven't actually seen the whole combo or anything. I'm sure most people probably haven't. So awesome. Sweet. Thank you.
Sweet. No problem.